Hello and welcome to What's in Your Bag, episode 1 with myself, Oscide. Today we have a very special guest and I'm delighted to announce Kjinn,
What's up?
Kjinn, if I'm
How are
pronouncing
we?
that right.
Kjinn, yeah.
Kjinn, yeah. Legend man, thanks for coming.
Yeah, happy to be here.
What do you think of the studio for as well?
Yeah, it's very nice. A lot of stuff.
I was just showing him a couple of beats before we sat down here and
Yeah.
seemed very
Proper
impressed.
setup.
Lovely. We'll do some bits over in
Yeah,
the
we
next
will.
couple of but yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, of course. Happy to
You
be
picked
here.
out a couple of records for us,
I do, yeah. Have a couple here, yeah.
I'm buzzing to see what it shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I suppose we'll get into it straight away. Like,
Perfect,
your background in music, where you came from, where you grew up.
Yeah.
How you first got into music in general, really.
Okay, perfect, yeah. I've always kind of been into music. I played piano for a little
Played
bit
piano?
growing up, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then I didn't get very far, but I did a little bit,
the lessons and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Deadly.
played drums for a couple of years and
Nice.
tried to get into guitar, but could never get my head around it. But
Same.
yeah, and then in school, the mate of mine, Dylan, you know Dylan.
I do.
Dylan
Very well.
Fogarty.
Shout out Dylan.
He's so we started, I think it was on GarageBand or something. Producing a couple of things, and then I think we got to a stage where we were like, okay, this is actually really interesting. We want to start like doing it properly. So we first of all got FL Studio and spent maybe a year and a half on that or something.
Yeah. So how long ago was this, by the way?
So this was,
Because I just know that you're so young. It's just
let me see, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
5 years ago. Okay. Still relatively not so long ago, like in terms of production.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I was on FL Studio for a little bit. Started making a couple of tunes, all terrible, as they always are. Yeah, and then I got to a point where I think I was watching a couple of videos on Ableton, and it looked like something that kind of suited me more in terms of like workflow and everything. I feel like FL Studio was a bit, I don't know. Ableton is a lot more kind of uniform. Everything is like in its right place.
Yeah, and it's a lot more loyal. It's all loyal for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I was the exact same. I started with. I actually think I started with Reason 4.
Yeah,
that's how old I am. But Reason 4, and then I went to FL, and then I went back to Reason.
Yeah,
and then you could rewire Reason with Ableton.
Nice. Yeah.
It was like Ableton.
Yeah, it's good.
6 or 7 at the time I had or something.
Yeah.
And I could rewire with Reason, so that's kind of where I started as well.
It's good.
And then I realised how good Ableton was.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, fuck Reason, fuck FL.
I just loved how with Ableton, like, you could do so much with like a single sound. It could be like a spoon dropping on the floor or something, and you could just do so much with it, turn it into something completely different, make a full song out of it, like if you wanted. So yeah, I just fell in love with that and been on it ever since. So
it was straight away, just bit by the production.
Yeah. I started off, I was into the more housey kind of stuff. Like there's a record there that kind of made me fall in love with electronic music and just kind of house in general. I did like my techno bits, but just house was my first thing. Like all the kind of French Daft Punk, everything like that. The French touch and all that. Then kind of progressed from there into more like electronic stuff. Then came around the bend to kind of jungly stuff for a little while.
Nice.
I just jungle was something that I loved, the ambient stuff.
Same.
I was real into my synths and everything, and I liked how you could make it like.
There's some amazing jungle out there. Especially 90s.
I know, all that kind of stuff. So I was making that for a while. Then just was doing a bit of garage, kind of just a mess of everything for a while.
Throwing your hand at everything, see what's.
And then started going out clubbing in Dublin, and kind of that's where I kind of got into more techno.
Yeah.
There's another record there that kind of suited my house kind of background with techno, and it kind of meshed them together. That's what I fell in love with,
Deadly.
So I kind of went from there making a bit of techno bits, and then after a while I was got back into like garage and everything like that. So I like to make it with everything,
I can say from everything you've put out so far, you can hear that. So your EP, I think you tried to make that.
Yeah,
statement and your
I
EP.
just I like
Yeah, it shows your variation and your
yeah, I like to keep it that way
yeah,
because you know, I've so many different tastes,
yeah.
as everyone probably does, but I
Every,
just really wanted to kind of express all of it, you know.
yeah.
And it
No, it
is
really
hard
shows. It
to,
really
but
does.
you know, yeah,
It
it's
is hard.
just more for me, like it's so much more rewarding just doing a bit of like putting everything into a track,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, some of the tracks you put out, man.
Appreciate
Honestly,
it. Thanks,
it's
man.
hard to put
Yeah.
into words how excited I am as a producer. Like I'm producing 15 fucking years or however long, and hearing a sound coming from Dublin like that, you know what I
I
mean? It's just
appreciate
yeah.
it. I
So
listen
yeah,
back
if
and
you
I hate
don't know
them,
his work, please check it out right now. There's a track called Sunstroke that you need to
but
listen to and buy and support, which is on Bandcamp, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's a good lead into my next question, I suppose. Your releases. You said that
Yeah,
you've done a couple of Bandcamp releases.
I have,
Your
yeah.
first, I think, was your debut. That
Yeah,
was the one with
swing,
Sunstroke, was
always
it?
swing sessions.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was with Sunstroke.
such a sick release, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Um,
I
I've been
had,
playing that nearly every set. So
oh,
like, honestly,
thanks.
I rinse your tunes in the
Oh,
club. But
appreciate
anyway,
it.
yeah, just a quick like how you thought about putting your
Yeah,
first release
so,
and why you chose Bandcamp and
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So swing sessions, that kind of, I had a couple of releases beforehand that were more techno-y, and that was kind of my when I was really into going out clubbing and like seeing like really sick DJs from
yeah,
Dublin playing out this kind of old school techno stuff. So I had a one or two of those tunes out, and then I really got down to like I took a couple of months to just make something that sounded like me that
yeah,
was inspired by that, but still had like you know a bit of house in it.
yeah.
So
They were happy enough with it as well. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So I think Sunstroke I made like that came out of nowhere. Like I made that.
really.
Yeah,
So how long did it take
oh,
you?
like this is
The sample you use for the vocal,
I always say it like
the,
me and my friends talk
what's
about
the
it like
medical kit, whatever it says. Oh man.
I literally I think I was out for like I was out for a day party into a night party or something, and then
You were still
the
going when you made the track?
well no that like the next day I was just kind of
Oh,
rotting in
okay,
bed as you do, but
yeah, yeah.
I think I was like six or something. I got a takeaway or whatever, and I had a couple of minutes that I was like, I'm not really doing anything, so I was like, may as well like
Make a
you know,
banger.
yeah, try
Make
to.
an absolute record of the year. Fucking.
I was like, I may as well just try to you know pick my spirits up with Ableton or whatever, and then yeah, like
Absolutely.
it with the time that I think I got a Domino's or something. By the time the Domino's got there,
Shout
and
out
like
Domino's, making bangers.
pretty yeah. So I was just sitting there eating it and then just working away on this, and then by the end of the night, I had like the most of the track done out, and I just had to. My mix downs were not great at the time because I was only like, you know, it was a couple of years ago or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, so I was I didn't do much of that track. Just had I think a saturator and like it was all very simple.
You say you didn't do much, but me listening to that track as a fan of it,
Thanks,
there's a
yeah.
lot going on.
But
The
yeah, that
bass
was-
line, especially. How did you make the bass
I
line?
think
I don't really, I know this isn't a production show,
Oh,
but like
I
I'm a bit of a
think-
nerd, so
it was a one shot bass guitar sample. I
a bass guitar sample.
yeah, I just
Holy shit, I could have sworn. All right, go ahead.
I just downloaded a big pack of just bass guitar samples or whatever, and there was one, and I think I had like the glide on
Right.
the sample thing or whatever, and just it was like a simple
Okay, so you're using simpler or something. You're
simpler,
putting
yeah.
glide on the
Yeah, it was
simpler.
just two notes. It's pretty simple, but
I thought I could have sworn you had like filter movement on a sub. Or
oh yeah, the main chord on it, that was just a filter modulate. I just
Yeah.
chucked on a random setting, and I think it sounded all right. It's like
But anyway,
happy
man,
days.
I could literally talk about that track for this whole interview,
Thanks,
but
man, yeah.
yeah, big ups on that.
No, I appreciate it. I'm still trying to like with stuff I'm working on now. I'm still trying to you know get that kind of sound again, but like
Yeah.
it's just the
Ah,
way
so
it came out of nowhere.
Exactly,
It's time and
it's a
place,
time and a place. Like that's the thing. I always try and go back to like, oh, I made that banger. Or,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bass line really worked, and I always try and replicate my old tracks, but it's a time and a place. You just
Yeah,
kinda
if
need
you
to, like,
try and make a part two, well, for me anyway,
Yeah.
if I always try and make a part two of a
Just-
track, never sounds the same. But
The same for me.
yeah,
I showed you there a couple of minutes ago, I'm working on some new garage type
yeah,
vibes.
yeah, lovely stuff.
And I don't think I've ever had this much fun making
Yeah,
music. Like
it
trying,
is,
trying
yeah,
new
yeah.
styles of genres and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also working with a vocalist at the minute. As well.
Yeah,
Shout out
some
Ashari.
sick stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, it's good to just like show your variation.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, in terms of releases, it's just I'm really weird with producing. Like whenever, like I go a while without making like a proper like a finishing a track or whatever, or I make something like a bunch of stuff I'm not happy with, and then randomly like it will be just a week of like making a couple of tunes, and I'll be like delighted with them all, and then I'll cut them down to like maybe four, and then I'll release that just whenever I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back to just, really trying to make something I like again, which like takes a couple of months or whatever, but it's real sporadic the way it comes out,
Where I'm at 15 years, man, I'm only starting to put out records now, like, you know.
I know,
so
yeah.
It's,
It takes
it
time.
really does, especially me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah, same
So,
myself. Yeah.
I really like to fucking take my time, and like there's tracks there that I haven't listened to now in 2 weeks or so. So I can't wait to go back and listen to them
exactly,
now and fresh ears at them, you know. So
yeah, I have to have like
the process.
an idea behind the release. It has to be like fit a certain kind of
I noticed that with all your releases.
Vibe. Yeah.
I think from listening to them, you want to show is your fucking variation in genres.
Yeah.
And your inspiration. So you can hear the techno, you can hear the jungle, you can hear the garage.
Each release kind of has a different
almost a bit of ghetto funk in there, like that track. Night. What's I forget the name of it now. I was only listening on the way over, but anyway.
Was it one of the recent ones? Oh yeah, I don't see what the problem is. yeah, that was a fun one.
So fun.
same situation. Like I think I was really into running at the time, which really I feel like gets me like after a run or whatever.
I was a year ago, and then I gave it up because
I haven't gone for a run in like a year or something. I think like a little bit after that, I just forgot about it, but. Yeah, I came back from a run, was just sitting outside and
full of endorphins.
Yeah. If you listen to the tune, there's a house alarm going off in it. Because I was trying to produce, and there was one of my neighbours' house alarms going off in it, and it was really throwing me off. I was like, I can't produce while this is going on. But I was like,
put it in it.
Yeah, it's like if I put it in the song, I can kind of, enjoy it like it's part of the song or whatever. So. I just turn on the Ableton sampler, record it in, and happy days.
Then you want to use a mic or like just a
I think it was just my laptop mic, but I had to compress it.
I actually never done that. Like I don't know why I don't really do that record.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Like if I'm on the train or something, or like
a lot of people do that. I don't know why.
Just turning on like voice notes on my phone, just recording like what's around me or whatever. And I feel like having stuff like that to put into a track kind of stops me getting bored of it because it kind of puts me in a place. Yeah. Like it puts the track in a place.
Bit of texture as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've done that. I've chopped up like background noises online, sampling things,
Yeah.
But never actually recording stuff. So I'll start doing that. But
take it on with you.
But yeah, so that was amazing. As I said, I could speak about production for the whole interview, even one track. So two geeks. But yeah, I suppose we'll get into the main reason you're here. I suppose the records, the most important thing.
So there's a couple of stories behind all these. This is the first one.
I love how I didn't even have to ask. He just picked it up and just went with it there. So
I'm dying to talk about
it. Love it. So you can already see the passion he has for the music. I've seen him DJ. I've already seen you spin now 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Some of the best sets. You and Ryan supporting.
That was so much
Jeremy.
fun. Yeah.
God.
I love playing with Ryan because I don't know, he's just so chilled out when he's playing.
He's a legend. Like, we have recorded another episode with Ryan, so shout out to Ryan as well. His mix is immaculate and it was great. So shout out Ryan. We'll get him back again.
Definitely.
2 lads killing it. All your little crew, by the way, all your I have to shout out your mates as well, like this. The likes of Peter I've met and a few other of them. All sound lads.
All the goats, Faye, Emmy, James Bennett.
Shout out to all you because you're a good little crew.
Yeah, there's a load of talent coming up in
big time. And you're all around the same age. Like you're 20.
Yeah, I'm 20.
Don't give around your age.
I'm 22, soon to be
crazy,
23, but yeah, there's so many up and comers that are just
great to see. And
Hello Kitty as well.
Yeah,
mixed with their sound. But
yeah, into the records.
Yeah. So this one, Lady Monix, big fan of Lady Monix. This is a kind of housey one that I
What
started
label
off
is
with.
this?
I think it's a round label.
Okay.
Fritzner Electronic.
Okay.
But yeah, this one, Put It Up, the B2 on it. I heard Yammer. She is, I think she's a Berlin-based DJ. She was playing in Trezor, and I was there just on a holiday with my friends, and heard her play this tune, Put It Up, and I instantly was like, I need that tune. I searched for it for, I'd say, like 6 months, and then eventually I found it in a set of hers or something. But yeah, I just, like, this has inspired so much of my tracks. I'd say like that. Just, it's so simple.
Yeah.
And it's just the 808 tom, and just kind of, I think it's like an old Detroit vocal or something. I don't know where it is, but yeah, just perfect tune.
Your vibe.
Everything that's needed in a house tune for me. But yeah, so that's number one.
Sick.
And
sorry, just a couple of questions on that one. So
oh yeah,
I don't know, we usually do this at the end, but we go for it now. Where did you get it? Like, where'd you end up picking it up?
I think I got this one on Discogs.
Discogs. So you're like me. You have to get Discogs bug has bitten you.
Yeah. I think
shout out to Rian, because the interview we done with Rian, a lot he hasn't bought a lot of Discogs. He tends to go digging in shops.
He does a bit of digging. Whereas me, like I think if I'm in a record store or whatever and they don't have like a listening thing, it doesn't really work for me. Like, I think
you need it.
Yeah, I'd be real particular about what I'm buying or whatever. But I think this was the only record I had on the order. I usually do like a couple of records with the order, but I just wanted to get one. I think it was gone. It was sold out for a little while. It was sold out for a while, and then it just came back in stock, and I was like, I need it now. So I ended up coming into my hands.
What was the artist again? Sorry,
Lady Monix. She's sick. I think she's US based, Detroit based, sick house producer, but yeah, she's big influence of mine. Anyway.
Sick.
Well, yeah, next one.
On to the next one, I suppose. Yeah.
This goes way back. Musique, mangez-moi.
Oh, I like the French accent. Yeah, very well pronounced.
This is a big influence of mine. Like, this was what kind of got me into just really, like, because I think, I'm not sure when I heard it. Like, I was in school anyway, and there was a mate of mine playing it off her phone. Nice. Just I think we're at just a get together or whatever, and I was like, I need that song.
Right.
And just since then, I just fell in love with that kind of sound.
So you've been a fan of it since their school?
Yeah, Musique is. I just big fan of him. Like, he influenced my sound so much. Just, I like the way he samples. Could be anything. Like, you give any record or whatever and turns it into like a full song or whatever.
Right, okay. I don't know at all.
Yeah, that kind of way of sampling and just the way of making a track out of that.
Yeah,
it's just something that really influenced, like, the whole EP. My favorite would probably be the B1 and 2. Descend pour les garçons.
Fair play on the pronunciation.
I
wouldn't even.
Lastien on appelé Papi or something.
Yeah, because look.
I think it means we call him Grandad, but
did the translate?
I looked it up. Yeah.
Track 1, Euro million in brackets.
Yeah, that's it.
And then track 2 is just
a bunch of letters.
one / and then 1 2 5. So yeah.
But yeah, I think.
Oh my god! And look at the release. There's a dog. There's a dog.
That's sick. Yeah.
A dog in bed with someone dressed as, I don't know. Anyway, that's cool.
Yeah, I think.
So that's a find.
Yeah, the sample from this is. It's either from a Look of Love, which is some old jazz track, but it also, I'm not sure, it could have come from Let the Brains Blow by, I can't think of who it's by, but it's some old hip hop track. And then
okay.
Yeah,
are you gonna spin these?
Yeah, probably will. Yeah.
Okay. We'll hear this one now.
But yeah, the Descend pour les garçons is a big favorite of mine, and it's always been like since I started. Yeah.
Nice,
so,
nice. Where'd you end up finding that one?
In Spin, no, not Spin Easy. I think it was the Rage.
Oh yeah.
It popped up, and it was quite expensive. Like it was like 40 quid or something. And I was at the start when I first found it, I was like, I don't know if I want to fork that out. But then I think I was recording a mix, and I was looking for just another record to kind of finish off my set with.
Yeah. So it's an end of set record.
Yeah, and I was like, if I come back to the record shop, because it had been a couple of months since I saw it, and I was like, if I come back and it's still there, that's a sign. That's a sign to buy it. So it was still there.
It was meant to be.
Ended up picking it up. But yeah.
So yeah, that's big record. Number 2. So we go to number 3.
Yeah, this Samuel L. Session. A Bastard's Work Is Never Done.
Oh, what a title!
It's that's. I think this is one of the first.
A Bastard's Work Is Never Done.
Yeah. It's
shout out. No, I don't know any of these records so far, so I'm dying to hear them, man.
Yeah, this is Samuel L. Session, and D-Tron did a couple of remixes of it.
Is this the one D-Tron makes you play?
The Steve Bicknell remix is the one I always play. It's just like I don't know, just so simple. Like it's just a tribal sample with some like a respace, and
can't go wrong with respace.
Just a couple of little stabs and vocal chops, but yeah, it's just everything, you know.
Is it like tribally track or is it?
Yeah, it's kind of techno. Yeah. It's like 135.
Oh, okay.
Just I like opening with it. It just kind of sets the mood off, you know. But,
so the last one was an ender. This is an opener.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. This if I'm playing kind of a heavier set, this would be something I definitely play because.
What do you prefer? Excuse me. What do you prefer playing? Would it be, or does it matter to you? Would you prefer playing heavier techno-y sets, or do you like to build?
I like to play a bit of a mix. A bit of a mix, yeah. Like I like.
It is hard to get longer sets in this city car. So.
It is, yeah. Like.
But you are shout out. He's playing it all night long in Cellar pretty soon.
On the 5th
of April. Shout out to
Artificial. Yeah, Billy gave me the invite.
Shout out Billy. I'll be there, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah. But I don't get to play
all night long.
Like I don't get to play a lot of like it's either one or the other if I'm playing a set. You know, if I'm playing like a later set or whatever, it'll be, you know, faster and more like heavy stuff. Or if I'm opening or whatever, then you know it'll be more housey or whatever. Or even set I played with Rain, it would be all kind of 2-step garagey stuff, which I do really like playing as well. But just playing I like playing a mix of a bit of everything, you know.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But
I've definitely heard that in your sets, the ones I have.
Yeah. Definitely, if I'm playing a techno set, this will be a staple of. This will be played. Yeah.
Sick.
The next one is Club Lonely. It's a Locked On record. This I think was the 5th or 6th record I ever bought, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of nice mixes on it. The Serious Danger mix is really good, but
Serious Danger, what?
I know, yeah. It's the Nice and Ripe dub. That's my favorite.
Okay, so I might know this one.
Yeah, it's a Jeremy Sylvester remix.
Oh shit, this is gonna be a banger.
When when Jeremy was over, I got to ask him about it because I wasn't sure whether it was him who made it or.
It was.
Yeah, I spoke to him and he was like...
The man with the million aliases.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, that was me or whatever. And I was just like, it's just a typical Jeremy Sylvester, just big bassy, garagey kind of high energy stuff. But this one's a little faster than like his usual stuff. Like a lot of his stuff is very like chill. Whereas this one, like it's more speed garage orientated, but it keeps the kind of bass heavy signature sound of Jeremy,
and what a legend, by the way.
I know, man, it was
so sound.
I was honored to meet him.
Such a good dude. Like,
I'd say like anyone that makes anything sort of UK orientated is always influenced by Jeremy.
100%. I'm catching up on all his tracks lately. It's just the amount I've missed over the years. Like
I know.
Tracks he has.
And he's still at it. Yeah,
it's mind blowing. But in the last couple of months, weeks, seeing Jeremy. Lady Passion, Todd Edwards.
Yeah, it's been...
Garage is just taking over my life.
Yeah.
So
it's been
someone book Perception, please.
Yeah, DJ Perception, definitely.
But yeah, shout out Perception.
But yeah, I always tend to play this one. It's a bit tricky to mix if I'm playing records.
Yeah.
Because it's just so swingy and skippy.
Yeah.
So it's hard to...
nightmare. Especially if it's a two-stepper.
Yeah. Like if I'm playing kind of swingy techno, it blends well into it, but like it's hard to mix it into some stuff. So I have to be really
on the money.
And like if I'm playing it, I want it to kind of hit hard. So I want it like I have to be extra finicky with it, if I'm playing it, But
have to be
definitely a staple of my sets, I'd say.
Sick. That's a great one. Now I'm dying to hear this one.
The last one I picked. This is Nico Altsventen, which is Vince Watson, his alias. Earth Tones EP. I'll take it out. Yeah.
What's that?
It's a
promo book.
It's an old record of mine. Like you can see, it's not in great state, but like this is the records that I heard. Cause like when I was first listening, like hearing techno and stuff, I wasn't so into it because it was just a bit too heavy and hard for me. Like I wasn't able to pick like apart the musical elements of it. But this is just what made me fall in love with faster, kind of heavier stuff. But it's still real chordy and melodic and everything like that. It's on Superbra Records, I think, which is...
Who's the artist again, sorry?
Vince Watson, it's Nico Altsventen, which is his alias, And
what kind of tech is it?
It's kind of tribally, like, kind of tribally skippy techno, but kind of housey techno, I'd say.
But melodic elements in there.
Exactly, Nice. Typical kind of Vince Watson.
The techno would be into me.
Exactly, So, I bought this on Discogs off Box Blaze himself. He runs the label, I think.
Oh, did he?
And he sent me a nice message and everything, was like, thanks for buying or whatever. Appreciate it. It's always nice when people give you a text like that or whatever. But this has been a kind of another staple of my sets that I've always played. I haven't played it in a while actually, but it's always nice when I play it. It's got a special place in my heart, I'd say, But that's the last and final one.
Deadly. Thanks for that, man. So we found out what's in your bag. I suppose we could. I know you've brought a couple more there.
Yeah, a couple.
They're the ones you picked that mean something to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They always play and whatever.
Yeah.
But I suppose we could do a little honourable mention to a couple others in there.
Yeah.
I'll have a look here. Just a little last minute one.
Yeah, I think have a couple of more in here. This one, Ramsey and Fenn, Style. Ooh. It's on Bug Records, and it is the Bug dub that I really like. It's kind of techno more garage, like real.
It's just the release of it. Look.
Yeah, it's like 4/4 garage, and it's like my favorite kind of 4/4 garage, real skippy, but like it's got that kind of typical UK garage pan sound in it. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a bell. But this is I always love playing this. I got to play this for the first time. It's only recent pickup of mine.
Yeah, I guess so.
I got it a few months ago, maybe 3 months ago.
Ramsey and Fenn.
Just in time for the Lady Passion gig, and I got to play it out.
What a gig, by the way, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Lady Passion, absolutely amazing gig. Selector, it's just understatement.
But I got to play that out for the first time, and it was so nice hearing it out, but hit hard, gotta say.
Nice. Is it MJ Cole as well?
Yeah, MJ Cole, I think, did the Bug dub.
Okay.
So
that's the one you played?
Yeah, that's the one I like playing.
Sick, so I'm buzzing to hear that as well.
Yeah. I'll definitely play that today.
Yeah.
It's
nice.
Start off pretty housey and then get into
build it on.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Sick. So that's what I love. Like you can expect anything when you're so
I like to play a bit of everything, So it'd be nice for the all night long to just get
And then in terms of like mixing it up, like the jungle house.
Yeah, I was thinking of finishing with a bit of jungle.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you play it, like people, they don't really fuck with it so much. But
it's a time and a place kind of music.
Yeah, exactly.
If the dance floor is, it depends what you're spinning that night.
If you build up a relationship with the dance floor and you play it, it can go really well.
Yeah.
But if you're a bit too brave,
it's a transition as well.
Yeah.
It. Like you can't be just pull down the track and then just whack it up to 180 or 170 or whatever it is. So.
Like if you play it, it's a brave move. Sometimes it goes like.
Shout out to Ryan Hayden, he does it very well. He mixes between the garage and the house very well, the drum and bass.
But it's fun to play anyway.
Yeah, deadly. So any other honourable mentions, or do you want to leave it there? Do you want to keep your hidden gems for the?
I'll have a look here. Okay. Yeah, this one here.
Tracks.
Mr. Jack and Oliver. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Olivier Gosseres. I know, and it's the Piano Junkie mix. That's my favorite. I gotta say.
Is that the fame? No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Atlantic, or what am I thinking of?
But yeah, I actually
Is that the original record of that? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
No way.
But yeah, that's. I haven't played that too much. But oh no, it's
it's a different one. Yeah.
You hear the vocal everywhere anyway.
Okay, so I know it's definitely ringing a bell to me.
That's always it's always a nice tune to play. I have it on my USB as well because it's a bit dusty.
Do you rip a lot of your records?
Not so much.
No.
Sometimes, but I don't know. Haven't really gotten much into doing it, but I do want to, of course.
It's just an effort, isn't it?
Yeah, so probably over the next while I'll be.
I've started it as well, just to be able to play the ones you want when.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know? But yeah, sick. Man, I really appreciate that. Some absolute sick selections there.
Yeah, big records of mine. Yeah, I love them so much.
And you can tell the passion. You can tell like you really love them and stuff. So So yeah, I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I suppose we will get into the other main part of the show, the mix.
Yeah, no problem.
Really looking forward to hearing these records. And
buzzing.
So yeah, is the setup going to be alright for you?
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Cool. Right, I suppose we'll wrap it up there then. That was episode 1 of What's in Your Bag with myself, Craig Scully, aka Oscide, with Kjinn.
What's up?
But yeah, definitely watch this man. He's doing bits. He's going to be a big producer. I can tell. It's just a start of it for him. So your gigs out now. Do you want to plug? You have your gig coming up. You're all night long in Cellar.
Yeah, a couple other little bits.
Support gig with.
Yeah, for Jack. Or Jack, sorry, I don't know.
I don't know how to say it. Jack.
Yeah, that's in Block.
What date's that again?
God, I don't know.
Oh, shit. Well, we'll post links.
Hopefully there's some other stuff. I'll be working on like a lot more stuff over the summer.
Music-wise, yeah.
Yeah, because just finishing up like studies and everything like that.
Yeah, college buzz.
Yeah, so I'll be finished up soon. So I'm gonna be working on a lot more stuff over the summer.
I'll hopefully get you in here and we make a little collab.
Yeah, definitely.
Love that. I would love that. But yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks again. And buzzing to hear yourself now.
Yeah.
Cheers. So thanks very much for listening to episode 1 of What's in Your Bag with myself, Oscide and Kjinn. If you like the interview, make sure to check out the full mix over on SoundCloud. We leave the link in the description. So please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that buzz. Share the love. We really appreciate it. And stay tuned for more What's in Your Bag.
Perfect. So
Lovely.
You can jump out there now, Kjinn. I'll just get you to do something